My beloved child, I see you. I have always seen you. I saw you pause at the mailbox, fingers tracing the edge of an envelope you did not want to open. I watched the way your stomach tightened when you recognized the logo, the way you slipped it under other papers, telling yourself you would deal with it tomorrow. I saw the late-night glow on your face as you refreshed the account balance again and again, hoping the numbers would show mercy. I have watched you smile in public with a practiced ease, nodding at jokes, speaking about your day while inside you were drowning quietly, calculating dates and due notices, wondering which bill to delay and which voicemail to delete. My child, I was there when you sat at the kitchen table long after the dishes were put away, moving columns and rows on a spreadsheet like they could bend reality, tears falling in patterns only I could count. I saw you hold your breath when an unknown number lit up your phone, hoping it would pass, fearing judgment would spill from a stranger's voice. I saw you glance at the cupboard, doing the math of meals and days. I watched you choose generosity when it seemed foolish by the world's measure, because your heart has not forgotten who you are. I have counted every tear over unpaid bills, every sigh whispered into a pillow you did not want to wet with tears again. Not one of them is lost to me. Not one of them is too small for me. Not one of them goes unrecorded in my heart. You have wondered, Lord, do you see this? Do you care about numbers and notices and due dates? Is this too earthly for you? And I tell you plainly, my dear one, nothing that touches your heart is too small for me. The coins in your hand and the quiet ache in your chest are both held under the shadow of my wings. I do not divide your life into sacred and insignificant. I am your Father. I am present when you worship and when you worry, when you write the check and when your hand trembles holding it. I am here in the light and in the ledger. You have felt unworthy because of the red lines and the late fees, as if your value dropped with your balance. You have wondered if I am disappointed, if I look at you and see failure stamped across your forehead. Hear me. You are not disowned by your debt. You are not defined by numbers. I am not embarrassed by you. I do not flinch at statements you hide. I do not step back when the mail arrives. My beloved child, I still call you mine, even in this, especially in this. The enemy speaks shame into your ear and you hide, but my voice calls your name and I draw you out. My silence never means my absence. You found this word now because I placed it on your path. This is not an algorithm's accident, it is my intervention. I am interrupting you before despair hardens into a decision, before fear signs you into a trap, before panic drives you into the hands of those who would profit from your pain. I am stepping into your midnight with a lamp because I see how close you came to giving up, how close you were to calling yourself names I never gave you, how close your heart was to believing you are alone in this battle. You are not alone. I am here to steady you. I know the quickening in your chest when rent is due, the dull ache when you check a card and see declined, the careful choreography of buying essentials while pretending it's just preference. I know the way your mind has rehearsed excuses in case someone asks to split the bill, the way you have become a quiet magician, making scarcity look like sufficiency, making pain look like poise. My child, you do not have to perform for me. You do not have to hide the statements from the one who already knows the contents. Bring them to me. Lay them before me like an offering. Hold them up not as proof of failure, but as the very ground on which I will display my faithfulness. Listen, I am calling you out of shame and fear into the secret place with me, where I sift lies from truth, where anxiety loosens its grip, where wisdom and courage grow in the soil of my presence. You call it a crisis, I call it a doorway. You think this proves I have rejected you. I say this is where I prove I will never abandon you. Under pressure, I am purifying your trust. Under weight, I am strengthening your spine. Under all the noise, I am teaching your heart to hear me again. If you will stay with me through this word, I will give you clarity. I will show you how to pray when the wall feels 2 inches from your face and the air feels thin. I will show you what to do next. Small, faithful steps that unlock doors without chaining you to new burdens. I will reveal what I am protecting you from in this season, because not every open hand is a help. Not every solution is salvation. I will teach you to recognize peace and discern favor, to sense the quiet miracles that move behind the scenes of your days. Do not rush away. Be still, breathe. Let my voice be louder than the numbers. Let my name over you be truer than any label fear has tried to paste to your soul. You are not a failure. You are not forgotten. You are my child, and I am near. Tonight, do not numb yourself into another night of scrolling and silence. Do not rehearse all the reasons you deserve lack. I have not accused you. I am not pointing a finger. I am extending a hand. Take it. Come into the light with me. We will look at what you have hidden without flinching, because shame cannot heal in darkness, and fear cannot rule where my truth stands. I am not promising you spectacle. I am promising you myself. Daily bread is still my miracle, and I am not late. I have seen the exact shape of this valley, and I have already marked a path out. Before you take a pen to paper, before you reply to the email or sign the offer that feels like relief, but is actually a chain, return to me. Let me steady your heart. Let me put my name over this moment. In my throne room, there is no file with your name stamped rejected. In my presence, there is only this decree. You are mine, and I will walk you through. Stay with me. By the end of this, the fog will thin, the accusations will quiet, and you will have words to pray and steps to take. Hope will not be a vague wish, it will be a plan anchored in my voice. Lift your head, my beloved child. I have seen the bills you hid. I have seen the tears you did not want anyone to see. And still, I call you mine. My beloved child, listen to me closely now. This is not punishment. You have called it failure and felt the sting of that name in your chest. But I call it pressure that is revealing what you truly believe. Pressure is not a verdict, it is a mirror. It does not come to disown you, it comes to refine you. You think that these numbers are the measure of my affection. You think that this tightness is my displeasure. No, my dear one. What you are feeling is the weight that shapes faith into something sturdy, something that can carry what I am preparing to entrust to you. I hear your questions rising in the night. Did I miss you? Did I mess up? Are you angry with me? Have I arrived at some invisible line where your patience ends? My child, I am not here to condemn you for asking these questions. I am here to answer them with truth. I am not angry with you. I am not wielding shortage as a whip. I am not teaching you a lesson by withdrawing my presence. When I am quiet, it is not because I walked away. My silence never means my absence. Hear it again and let it settle into the places that jitter with fear. My silence never means my absence. There are seasons when I let the scaffolding of feeling fall away so you can discover that your trust in me is anchored deeper than your senses. Waiting is not a denial. Waiting is the workshop where pure faith is formed. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. Under this pressure, your prayers are losing their performance and gaining their weight. Under this pressure, your desire for me is separating from your desire for quick rescue. Under this pressure, your ear is learning to recognize my whisper beneath the roar of worry. Do not mislabel what I am doing. When a refiner heats gold, the fire is not accusation, it is cleansing. When olives are pressed, the oil is released. When grapes are crushed, the sweetness hidden inside becomes wine. You feel the press because I am bringing forth something precious. I am not mocking you with bills. I am mentoring you into maturity. I am not shaming you with lack. I am showing you how to walk when the ground shakes, how to rest when the numbers glare, how to stand when the storm tries to fold you in. You have also whispered another question. Lord, if you love me, why is it still so tight? Why do I keep coming to the edge? My child, I am your father, not a careless observer. I am near to the hearts that break open under strain. I draw close to those who feel crushed by the weight they carry. And I provide, often the holy way, daily, steady, enough for this day. Remember how I taught my people to ask for bread one day at a time. Remember how I fed them as the sun rose, not because I lacked power to flood them with excess, but because I was training their hearts to look to me each morning. Daily bread is not a lesser miracle. It is the schooling of trust that sets you free from panic's leash. You say, but it would be easier if you filled the storehouse all at once. Yes, it would be easier on your nerves, but not on your heart. Great abundance without a tender, obedient heart becomes a snare. I love you too much to hand you a provision that your character cannot yet hold. So I give you what will train you, not what will trap you. I feed you in a way that keeps your eyes on me, your gratitude fresh, your steps soft toward my voice. Do not despise the rhythm of enough for today. In it, I am cutting the cords of fear. I am ending the lie that you are alone. There is another lie I am confronting now. The enemy wants your debt to become your name. He wants to etch owing across your identity until you no longer see yourself as my heir, but as a permanent debtor to shame. He wants the statements to preach to you until you accept their voice as your own. But I will not allow a bill to become a verdict over your life. I do not write your identity in red notices. I write your name in the palms of my hands, and no balance due can erase what I have decreed over you. Stand with me in this. You are not the sum of what you owe. You are the child I have chosen, taught, and covered. You ask if you missed a turn, if a careless moment or a poor choice disqualified you from my favor. My dear one, I am the God who redeems time and untangles knots. Yes, there are consequences in this world. Yes, wisdom matters and you will learn it with me. But even where you erred, I have not abandoned you to your errors. I do not sit far off, folding my arms in displeasure until you build your way back to flawless. I come into your present moment with mercy and instruction. I call you to sit with me, to let me show you where fear took the pen and wrote decisions you regret, and then to let me take the pen back. This is formation, not banishment. It is correction, not condemnation. I discipline those I love, but I do not discard them. So feel the difference now. Punishment isolates and accuses. My refining presence draws near and teaches. Punishment says, you are your debt. Refining says, you are my child, and we will walk through this together. Punishment demands payment without providing strength. Refining supplies grace and wisdom for every step. Let this pressure teach you to answer 3 questions with your life. Who do you say I am when the account is thin? Where do you turn first when panic surges? What story do you repeat to yourself when the enemy shouts? I am listening for your answer, not because I doubt you, but because I am giving you the chance to choose me again in the place where fear used to rule. If you will come into the secret place day by day, if you will bring the statements and the emails and the voices into my light, you will begin to see the subtle shift. Your breath will deepen, your mind will clear. My wisdom will begin to sort what is urgent from what is only loud. I will teach you when to speak and when to be silent, what to prioritize and what to set aside, which thought belongs to me and which is a seed of panic. In my presence, the tyranny of what if loses its crown. In my counsel, you will learn the pace of peace. Delay does not equal denial. You are not stuck, you are being steadied. You are not overlooked, you are being observed and cared for. I am examining not to fail you, but to form you, to see whether your trust will root itself in my character rather than in changing circumstances. Many fall away in the last 5 minutes before dawn because they confuse the darkness before sunrise with a night that will never end. Do not quit your post now. Do not rename my process as punishment. Call it what it is: the loving pressure that is revealing, cleaning, and strengthening what you believe. Lift your eyes from the numbers long enough to see my face. Lift your heart from the verdicts long enough to hear my whisper. I am here. I am near to your breaking point, and I am not breaking covenant with you. I give bread when you ask, not stones. I give wisdom when you seek, not confusion. I open doors in their time, and I close traps disguised as opportunities. I am not late, and I am not cruel. I am Father, and I am faithful. Hold to me. Speak out loud, even now. This is not punishment, this is refining. Say it until your bones believe it. Say it until shame loosens and fear stumbles. And as you say it, feel my hand steadying yours for the next small step. We will take it together. My beloved child, listen to me now with your whole heart. Debt may be a number, but fear is a spirit. The numbers can be measured, negotiated, and reduced. Terror tries to take the throne of your mind and rewrite your identity. The enemy cannot change your balance sheet by himself, so he aims to change your belief, to make you doomsay your future with your own mouth. He takes balances and due dates and turns them into a drumbeat that pounds against your peace. He takes a collection call and aims it like an arrow, not at your account, but at your heart, trying to convince you that you are irresponsible, unworthy, disqualified, unwanted by me. He is a liar. He will borrow the ding of a notification to make your chest clench, the flicker of a statement email to flood your veins with dread, the memory of one poor choice to weave a whole story of self-hatred. But I am here, and I am truth, and truth will not shout to scare you. Truth will stand to steady you. I see the spirals that have been gripping you. Catastrophizing has been writing scenes in your imagination that I never authored. One overdue notice becomes the collapse of your home, the loss of all stability, the humiliation of exposure. Insomnia has been keeping you company at midnight, your thoughts racing in circles that lead nowhere. Irritability has been snapping at those you love because your inner world feels like a tightened wire about to snap. Isolation has convinced you to avoid calls, to delay opening the mail, to hide from family who would stand with you if they knew the whole story. Comparison has taken you by the hand and led you to windows where you look into other lives and judge your own without mercy, forgetting that you do not see their hidden battles. These spirals are not wisdom, they are warfare. The enemy knows that a tired, shamed heart makes desperate decisions. He wants you to move from fear, not from my voice. So hear me. I am drawing a line around you now. There are consequences in this world, and we will walk through them with integrity and wisdom. There are due dates to honor, calls to return, arrangements to make with humility, but none of these, neither deadlines nor voices, neither notice nor number, can cross the boundary I have drawn around your life. They cannot take from you what I have decreed for you. They cannot cancel your identity as my beloved. They cannot write the ending of your story. Fear does not have that authority. Shame does not hold that pen. I have signed my name over your portion in the courts of heaven, and no intimidation can overrule the decree of your Father. This is how we wage this warfare together. First, reject shame. Do not allow it to be your advisor. Shame speaks in absolutes. You always fail. You will never get out. My child, none of that is my language. Renounce the agreement you made in a tired moment when you said, I am just bad with money. I will always be behind. Do not pledge allegiance to a lie. Speak out loud with me now, even softly where you sit. I break agreement with fear. I break agreement with shame. I agree with truth. You will feel the resistance because terror wants to keep your mouth silent, but your tongue is a key. Use it to lock fear out and let truth in. Second, return again to the secret place, not as escape, but as command center. In my presence, you do not ignore the statements. You bring them into the light. You sit with me. You lay them out. You let my peace calm your nervous system until you can see again. You ask me for wisdom, and I give it without shaming you, as I have promised. You ask for timing, and I show you which call to make first, which expense to trim, which conversation to have, which open door is actually a trap hidden in sweet language. In that place, fear cannot dictate the pace. My peace becomes your metronome, slow, steady, holy. Third, speak the truth aloud, not performance lines but anchors. Say, I am not defined by debt. I am defined by my Father's love. Say, I will not fear, you are with me. Say, your peace is mine, not as the world gives, but as you give, deep and guarding. Say, what is formed against me will not succeed in its purpose to destroy me. You, Lord, will turn it for instruction and testimony. When you speak like this, you are not pretending the numbers do not exist. You are telling the fear behind them that it cannot sit in your chair. You ask, but what do I do when the phone rings and my chest flares with panic? My dear one, do this. Pause and breathe my name. Step into a room, put your hand over your heart and say, I belong to the Lord. I will answer with wisdom, not with fear. You do not have to lie or hide. You do not have to overshare either. You can say, I am working on this. I need a plan that does not bind me to more harm. Then afterward, bring the conversation to me. We will review it together. We will learn together. If you avoid calls for weeks out of dread, dread will grow. But if you answer with me beside you, dread will shrink. Your courage will rise by degrees. You whisper, what about the nights when I wake and see every worst-case picture at once? At night, fear is loudest, but my whisper is still stronger. Keep a sentence ready, written where your eyes can find it in the dark. God is here with me. We will take the next right step in the morning. Place your hand on the stack of letters if they are near and say, you will not rule my sleep. Peace be upon me. Make your room a small sanctuary. Fill it with a simple worship, a few words of gratitude, a memory of my faithfulness from yesterday. You are not faking, you are fighting. You are not ignoring, you are aligning. Do not be surprised if, as you resist fear, it tries to bargain or shout. It may tempt you toward reckless decisions that feel like instant relief, but are silent chains. It may push you to slam doors on community because no one will understand, or to sign agreements at midnight because this is your only chance. My child, I have better for you. I am not a God of panic. I do not drive you with threats. I lead you with peace. Remember the rhythm I taught. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Receive the peace I give, not the counterfeit the world sells. Know that the weapons of accusation will not achieve their design against you when you stand under my covering. Let those words be armor over your chest. I am assigning you simple practices as weapons. Schedule a time to open mail with me present, not in a rush, not in dread. Tell a trusted person you are walking this path, someone who will pray and keep you anchored, not someone who will feed your panic. Write declarations and place them on your refrigerator, your mirror, the inside of your wallet. I am not a debtor to fear. Wisdom is coming to me generously. I will take the next faithful step. Keep a small notebook where you record provision, even the tiniest, discounts, favors, unexpected kindness, so that your memory fights for you, not against you. Each note becomes a stone of remembrance, a quiet testimony that I am here. Hear me again. I am not minimizing the reality that bills must be paid and stewardship learned. I am maximizing the truth that fear does not have to be your master while you learn. I am stabilizing you with truth so that you can act with wisdom instead of being driven by dread. Under the shadow of my wings, numbers become plans, plans become steps, steps become testimonies, and while the enemy uses numbers to terrorize you, I, your Father, use truth to stabilize you. Stand up inside, my beloved child. Lift your head. Draw a boundary at your lips and at your heart. Say with me, terror, you may knock, but you will not enter. Truth, take your seat. We will walk this path together, steady and unafraid. My beloved child, come close to me now. Breathe. Let the shoulders you have kept high finally fall. Hear me as a father who knows how long you have been carrying what was never meant to be carried alone. You were not designed to be your own savior. You were not fashioned to live with a clenched jaw and a guarded heart, fending off dread in the night and performing courage in the day. I made you for communion with me, for light on your path, for the companionship of my voice. Stop carrying this alone. Let me carry the weight with you and let me teach you how to walk. There is a difference I want you to learn because it will set you free. Secrecy is not the same as privacy. Secrecy is driven by shame. It hides because it believes exposure will destroy you. Privacy is guided by wisdom. It stewards information because not every ear is safe. Not every gaze is kind. Secrecy locks doors to keep out love and truth. Privacy builds doors that can open and close with discernment. Secrecy rots the heart in isolation. Privacy protects the tender shoot while it grows. My child, you have been living under secrecy's cloak. You have slid papers into drawers and swallowed words because you believed that if anyone knew, if even I knew in detail, you would be disqualified, diminished, dismissed. That lie has made your chest tight and your sleep thin. I am calling you out of secrecy. I am inviting you into the safety of my light, into privacy that is holy and wise, where you bring the full truth to me and, in time, to the trusted ones I will show you. What you bring into my light loses the power to torment you in the dark. Hear that again and let it soak through the fog. What you bring into my light loses the power to torment you in the dark. Shame cannot heal in shadows. Fear multiplies in silence. But when you stand with me as your covering and speak plainly, the very things that mocked you begin to lose their voice, their size, their sting. I do not shame the wounded. I bind up their wounds. I do not ridicule the learner. I instruct the willing. My nearness is medicine, and my counsel is clarity. So I am inviting you now into an inventory moment with me, not with theatrics, not with denial, but with truth. Sit with me in the room you are in. If you can, set the papers before you. If not, hold them in your mind. We are not going to spin fantasies or write a speech for the collector. We are going to tell the truth in my presence. Say it the way it really is. Numbers, dates, the weight you feel, the possibilities you fear. You do not have to earn my attention. You already have it. You do not have to brace for anger. My heart is already calm toward you, and I am ready to guide. Now begin simply. Whisper my name and let your breath match the pace of my peace. Then, one by one, name what is real, the amount on that card, the due date on that notice, the rent and the utilities, the car note, the student balance, the medical bill, the subscriptions you forgot to cancel, the commitments you made from a generous heart, the income that comes in, the side work that adds a little, the hours you have, the gaps you feel. Do not rush, do not minimize, do not dramatize, just name them. Each time you name a thing in my presence, you pull it out of the mouth of fear and place it into my hands. As you speak, notice the thoughts that try to interrupt. The ones that say, "You fool, how could you?" or "See, this proves you are hopeless." Those voices are not mine. They are the old accusers who have tried to live inside your inner world, rent-free. In my presence, their lease is over. When they speak, answer them with a quiet sentence. I am not here to be accused. I am here to be healed and instructed. You do not argue with snakes. You close their access. You are here to be fathered, taught, and steadied. Confession in my kingdom is not a public spectacle. It is a sacred exchange. So confess to me where fear drove your choices. Tell me where pride kept you from asking for help. Tell me where exhaustion made you click accept without reading the terms. Where avoidance stacked unopened envelopes like bricks building a wall around your hope. Say it plainly, I already know, but you need to hear yourself hand it to me. When you confess, I am not tallying points against you. I am taking authority over what has tangled you. I draw near to the contrite, and I lift the head of those who bow under honest weight. I am not here to rub your face in mistakes. I am here to wash your feet so you can walk forward clean. Now, breathe again. Feel how, even as you name these things, the room does not collapse because I am here. Feel how your pulse is beginning to slow. That is the work of my light. Under my gaze, the mountain becomes a map. The map becomes a route. The route becomes steps. You will not take every step tonight, but you will take the next one. The enemy wants you to stare at the mountain until your knees give way. I want you to walk with me, one faithful step at a time. As you list, let us also include what is for you, not only what is against you. Name the skills I have placed in you, the opportunities that flicker at the edge of your awareness, the person who offered counsel, the small discount you were given last week, the neighbor who shared a meal, the hours of work coming in the next paycheck. Record in your heart every quiet mercy because gratitude is not denial. It is a stabilizer. It teaches your nervous system that not all news is bad and that I have already been moving in your story. You may ask, do I need to tell someone else? My child, secrecy breaks under shared light. But privacy leads you to safe places, not to every platform. In time, I will show you whom to tell. A wise friend, a humble mentor, a faithful counselor who will pray with you, not prod you with panic. You are not required to expose yourself to those who injure with their curiosity, but you are invited to let someone stand with you, to keep pace with the steps I will give you, to help you close leaks without crushing your spirit. Feel my hand now on the stack, on the screen, on the place where dread has gathered. I am placing my name over it. In the courts of heaven, I have signed my name over your portion, and I am not intimidated by due dates. I do not promise you will never feel pressure again, but I promise you will not face it alone. And I promise you will not be ruled by what you refuse to hide. When you walk in the light with me, accusations lose their echo, and options that were invisible begin to appear. In light, wisdom comes. In light, counsel comes. In light, the trap inside a quick fix glints, and you see it for what it is. In light, patience grows, and panic withers. Do not despise this quiet work, this moment, your voice naming the truth, your heart bowing without self-hatred. This is holy ground. Everything great in my kingdom is conceived in stillness, in surrender, under the shadow of my wings. You are not failing by being here. You are finally aligning. You are not behind. You are shifting from hiding to healing. And as you do, I am writing a new chapter, not built on denial or performance, but on truth and peace. So repeat with me, softly but firmly, I step out of secrecy. I come into your light. I will not be shamed. I will be healed and instructed. What I bring into your light will not torment me in the dark. Say it again until your bones hear you. Then gather what you have named, on paper or in your mind, and hand it to me in a simple prayer from your heart. I am listening. I am here. And together, we will turn this inventory into a plan, this plan into steps, these steps into a testimony that my light is stronger than darkness, and that my love is stronger than shame. My beloved child, now that you have brought the truth into my light, listen closely to how I move. Do not despise small provision. Do not scorn the quiet mercies that arrive like morning dew. You have been waiting for a sweeping rescue, a single moment that erases every line and settles every account, and I am able to do sudden things. But often I choose to lead you by steps, because steps train your heart, and trained hearts hold blessing without being harmed by it. I am not teasing you with smallness. I am tutoring you into strength. Remember how I fed my people in the wilderness, each morning enough for the day, not a storehouse for a month. I did not do it because I lacked abundance. I did it because I was forming trust. When some tried to hoard, it spoiled, not because I wanted them to suffer, but because fear was the motive behind the grabbing, and fear is a poor steward. Faith bends low, gathers what I give, and treats it as holy. Fear clutches and calls it wisdom, but it is only panic wearing a mask. My child, I am teaching you the rhythm of daily bread again, not forever in the desert, but long enough for your heart to learn that my faithfulness is not a theory. It is a cadence that meets you each morning. I know what your mind argues, but small does not move the needle. Hear me, the seed in my hand contains the tree you cannot yet see. The jar that seems nearly empty is not a sentence. It is an invitation. Ask the widow who poured what looked like not enough and discovered enough for the whole story I wrote for her. Ask the ones who placed a small lunch in my hands and saw a multitude fed with baskets left over. I do not need much to do much. I need willingness. I need trust. I need you to stop cursing what looks insufficient and hand it to me with thanksgiving. I can multiply what looks insufficient when you place it in my hands. Thanksgiving is not manners. It is warfare. Gratitude breaks the spell of lack thinking that has wrapped around your sight like a gray film. When you thank me for the discount at the register, for the co-worker's unexpected ride that saved fuel, for the small debt forgiven, for the wisdom to say, not now, to a purchase, your spirit turns toward light and your eyes begin to notice the pathways I am opening. A grateful heart is not naive, it is armed. It refuses to let the enemy narrate the whole day. Begin to mark my mercies out loud, even the smallest. Say, Father, I see this, and watch how your mind loosens from panic's grip. I am also calling you into obedience in small stewardship, not as punishment, but as partnership. Treat your budget as an altar, not a cage. Put what comes in before me and ask, Lord, how do we assign this with honor? Track what flows out, not to accuse yourself, but to shepherd it. A shepherd counts the sheep not because he is stingy, but because he loves each life and refuses to lose one to the thicket. In the same way, count what I entrust to you. Know where it rests at the end of each day. This is not obsession. This is care. This is not fear. This is faith with a pen in its hand. Practice small pauses that save you from large regrets. When your emotions spike and a purchase promises to soothe the ache, breathe and wait. Give it a day. Ask me if this is provision or a pacifier. I will show you how to distinguish. Unsubscribe from the voices that provoke desire without love for your soul. Bring cancellation clicks into my presence as worship, not as deprivation. Contentment is not quitting your dreams. It is anchoring your joy where thieves cannot touch it. As you choose contentment in this hour, you weaken the enemy's leverage and strengthen your ability to carry more later. Do not be ashamed to learn. Many were never taught how to steward without fear. Sit with me and I will teach you to set aside a small portion for the future, to plan for what is sure to come, to live within the boundary that protects you from becoming prey. I will show you which expense to lay down, which habit to uproot, which subscription to end, which conversation to have about a fair rate or an overdue raise. I am both father and teacher. I do not hand you numbers and disappear. My silence never means my absence. I whisper wisdom. I walk with you as you apply it. You will notice, as you honor small provision, that peace grows. Panic will say, "This is too slow, do something dramatic." Wisdom will say, "Take the next faithful step." Do not follow the rush that has so often led you into traps. Disguised as opportunities, follow my pace. I am not late. I am careful with your heart. Abundance will come, and when it does, I do not want it to sweep you into forgetfulness. So in these days, I am stitching into your soul the habits that will keep you tender when the table is full. Expect me in the ordinary. Expect me in the extra hour offered at work. Expect me in the neighbor's kindness, the fee waived after a humble call, the side skill I breathe on, the idea for a service that adds a stream without stealing your rest. Expect me in the moment you feel strong enough to cook at home instead of buying relief. Expect me when a quiet favor appears and you marvel that someone thought of you. These are not coincidences. They are threads I am weaving into a tapestry. Look for me, thank me, and steward what I send. And hear this decree. Let it settle like a seal upon your heart. I have signed my name over your portion in heaven's court, and I am not intimidated by what looks small in your hand. Place it in mine, and you will watch it stretch further than logic allows. Place your day in my hand, and watch wisdom redeem hours that anxiety used to devour. Place your plan in my hand, and watch me close doors that would have drained you, and open doors that fit you like a key fits a lock. I am not only delivering you from debt, I am delivering you from the fear that has stalked you. I am teaching you to live unafraid under my roof. So, my child, bless the bread you have and eat with gratitude. Write the plan and walk it with me. Do not curse the small, bless it and watch me breathe on it. When you feel the old impatience rise, answer it with the truth. Daily bread is a holy miracle, and I am being trained, not teased. When you are tempted to say, "This will never be enough," correct yourself in my presence. In my Father's hand, this is more than it appears. And when a leak is revealed, do not despise the exposure. It is my kindness showing you where your strength was seeping away. We will close it together in the days ahead. I am with you at the table and at the store, in the budgeting and in the praying, in the counting and in the resting. I am with you when you say yes, and I am with you when you learn to say no. Take my hand for this next small step. The ground beneath you is steady when you walk it with me, and the provision I send, steady, daily, holy, will carry you out of fear's wilderness into the peace I have prepared. My beloved child, now that you have learned to bless the small and walk with me step by step, I am placing my hand upon the quiet holes in your vessel. You have wondered why it seems that money passes through your fingers like water. You have asked why peace drains faster than it fills. Hear me, there are leaks. They are not always dramatic or sinful in the way people imagine. Often they are habits, expectations, and attachments that look harmless, even kind. But they siphon your strength. They bleed your time. They drink your portion little by little until your future feels anemic. I am not pointing this out to shame you. I am pointing it out to free you. There are relationships that function as leaks, connections you maintain from guilt, not guidance, bonds you feed because you fear the fallout if you stop, voices that talk you out of wisdom by playing on your tenderness. There are habits that operate as leaks, small spends that soothe and ache for an hour but steal from the month, subscriptions that hum in the background, each one only a few dollars, but together they become a river flowing out of your house. commitments made in a moment of people-pleasing that tie your energy to places I am not sending you. There are beliefs that become leaks. I must keep up. They'll think less of me. Saying no means I'm unloving. Self-care means I buy relief now. My child, none of these are neutral. They are slow drains, and I love you too much to let them keep you thirsty. Listen to my correction wrapped in my care. People-pleasing is not love. It is fear dressed as kindness. It spends beyond your capacity to buy acceptance I have already given you for free. Rescuing others beyond the grace I have assigned you is not mercy. It is a quiet way of trying to be savior. It creates dependency in them and depletion in you. Lifestyle comparison is not inspiration. It is a thief that replaces contentment with performance and forces you to fund an image that has nothing to do with your calling. Emotional spending is not comfort. It is a brief silence of the ache that returns with interest. And unwise subscriptions or automatic commitments are not small. They are tiny ropes. One by one, not strong, but together they tie down a giant. Do not mishear me. I am not commanding stinginess. I am teaching stewardship. I am not asking you to stop loving. I am purifying your love so it flows where I send it and bears fruit instead of enabling harm. This is not punishment. This is protection. I am pruning what drains you so that what remains can flourish. Remember, there are people who are only permitted to write one chapter in your story. When that chapter ends, it is not disloyal to close the book. It is obedience. When I loosen a tie, do not rush to stitch it back together. When I draw a boundary, do not paint it to look like a welcome mat. When I say, enough, do not translate it as maybe later. You have kept certain ties because you fear being called selfish. Hear me. Obedience to my voice is not selfishness. Wisdom with your portion is not greed. Boundaries are not walls to keep out love. They are gates that guide it. There are those who know which buttons to press in your heart. If you loved me, you would. If you were generous, you would. My child, do not let guilt drive the spending of what I have entrusted to you. Ask me, is this mine to carry? Is this mine to fund? Is this timing mine? Sometimes I will say, yes, give here, and I will supply you as you pour. Sometimes I will say, no, this belongs to my hands, not yours, and I will meet that need another way. Trust me with the outcomes you cannot manage. Do not buy peace with money when the problem requires my wisdom. I am moving through your house and your calendar like a gardener with skilled hands. I am touching subscriptions that pretend to be small, but collectively drain your river. I am placing my finger on the habit of scrolling desire until your heart starts to crave what I have not assigned. I am addressing the pattern of buying relief at midnight because the day felt heavy. I am speaking to the quiet shame that nods yes to every invitation because you cannot bear being misunderstood. I am inviting you to unsubscribe, to cancel, to return, to renegotiate, to say no without an essay of apology. Do not confuse love with access. Not every voice deserves immediate entry into your time and wallet. Guard the gate with me. Let peace be the umpire of your decisions. Consider also the entanglements that look like opportunities. Some offers come with strings wrapped in flattery. Some partnerships require you to mortgage your peace for an image. Some credit pitches arrive like a friend but leave you bound. I am not afraid of you using tools wisely, but I am warning you, there are sweetened traps in this hour. In the days of promise, remember, success without me is more dangerous than failure with me. Do not sign what your spirit cannot carry. Bring such papers into my light. If I am untying, do not knot it again. If I am saying wait, do not sprint. If I am saying cut, do not trim politely. Cut. You ask, but how do I know which ties to loosen? I will show you. Pay attention to what consistently leaves you smaller inside. Notice where resentment grows after you say yes. Watch where your sleep breaks because a commitment owns your night. Listen for the manipulation that borrows holy words to push a selfish agenda. Measure the fruit. After this expense, after this relationship demand, after this subscription cycle, do you have more peace, more clarity, more capacity to obey? Or do you feel fogged, frantic, and guilty? I am not the author of confusion. Where my spirit leads, there is a signature, peace that guards, not panic that drives. Do not argue with me about sunk costs. The enemy loves to make you defend what is draining you because you've already invested so much. My child, I can redeem time. I can restore what was eaten. But preservation of pride will cost you more than letting go today. If a plant is taking from the soil and giving no fruit, a wise gardener prunes it or uproots it. I am that wise gardener for your life. Trust my hand. As you allow this pruning, expect a brief sting. Saying no where you used to say yes may disturb old patterns in others. Their discomfort is not your disobedience to fix. Stay gentle, stay firm, stay honest. Say, I am following the Lord's wisdom in this season. I cannot commit to that. You do not owe long defenses. Your boundary is your yes and your no. In love, without hatred, without theatrics, I will defend you. I will teach you how to be misunderstood without losing your center. Hiddenness is not exclusion. It is my way of maturing the fruit so it survives the harvest. Now, a simple instruction to anchor all of this. Ask me for one leak to close this week. Just one. Sit with me and say, Father, show me the first leak. I will highlight it. A subscription to cancel. A small daily spend to replace with a wiser habit. A recurring favor that needs a boundary. A conversation to end the cycle of rescuing. An auto-renew to stop. A comparison source to unfollow. A payment to renegotiate with humility. When I show you, do not wait for a perfect mood. Obey within 24 hours. Make one obedient cut. Then mark it as worship, not as loss. Speak aloud. I am partnering with my Father to close leaks and guard my portion. After you close that leak, watch how the river sounds different. Do not expect thunder. Listen for the quiet increase of peace, for the small margin that appears, for the dignity you feel returning as you stand in wisdom. Record it. Thank me. Then ask for the next one. We will move through them together. One cut, one gate, one pruning at a time. You will not become hard. You will become holy. You will not become stingy. You will become strategic. You will not become isolated. You will become intentional about where love flows. Hear my decree over you in this. In the throne room I have signed my name over your portion, and I am setting guards at the gates. No manipulation has authority to tax what I have sanctified for your household. No counterfeit opportunity will overrule my peace. No hidden leak will remain hidden as you walk in my light. Lift your head, my beloved child. Take my hand. We are not only adding blessing, we are protecting it. We are closing what drains, pruning what distracts, and preparing you to carry increase without losing your soul. Do not rush to stitch back together ties I am untying. Do not fear being called different. Call it what it is, obedience, and obedience preserves the blessing I am sending. My beloved child, hear me now with the same calm authority that has been guiding your hands. The danger you have feared is not only lack. Lack has clawed at you, yes, but abundance can also be a snare when the heart is not anchored. You have thought, if only I had more, the fear would end. But I tell you the sober truth in love, without formation, more can magnify the very shadows I am delivering you from. An inheritance is not only a reward, it is a test hidden beneath the light. I am not withholding increase to punish you. I am preparing you to survive it. Look at the story you already know as a warning bathed in wisdom. The wise king did not fall in days of hunger and lack. He fell when his tables groaned with feasting, when alliances multiplied, when the weight of gold dulled the edge of his devotion. Success can seduce the heart to drift, softly at first, then with momentum. It rarely announces itself as rebellion. It comes as options, compliments, new doors. It whispers, "You deserve ease, relax your guard." And in that lull, the soul forgets the one who gave breath to begin with. My child, remember this: success without me is more dangerous than failure held tightly to me. I am teaching you now because I intend to trust you with more, and I will not throw you into waters you are not trained to swim. I am training your hands now to carry what you asked for without losing me in the process. This season is rehearsal, not punishment. Learning to say no when the world tells you to expand. Learning to wait when pressure screams, "Act now." Learning to plan in my presence instead of reacting in panic. Learning to pray first, not last. Learning to obey when obedience is quiet rather than dramatic. These muscles you are building, restraint, gratitude, discernment, will keep you when increase arrives, because increase will test which voice truly leads you. So I speak to the first posture, humility. Humility does not mumble self-hatred. It stands tall and remembers the source. When the raise comes, when the refund drops, when the favor opens a door, humility says, "My Father did this, not my brilliance built this." Humility takes the crown off the head and lays it at my feet in worship before it lays a hand on any purchase. Humility keeps the heart soft and the ears open, because proud ears grow thick and cannot hear warnings, and proud hands spend what I never assigned. You will honor me first, not as superstition but as alignment. Acknowledge me out loud before you move a dollar, and your path will steady. Next, generosity. I am not training you to clutch. I am teaching you to channel. Increase is given to you and through you. Let your giving in this season be secret, spirit-led, and steady. Do not give to impress. Give to obey. Do not give where manipulation calls. Give where my peace leads. When I whisper, "Meet that need," I will also supply the seed. And remember, sometimes generosity is not only money, it is time, wisdom, advocacy. As you pour with my instruction, greed loosens, fear releases, and you become a river rather than a reservoir that sours. Then discipline. Discipline is love wearing boots. It turns windfall into assignment and emotion into order. When increase appears, resist the reflex to upgrade your lifestyle before you upgrade your wisdom. Every new dollar will try to hire a new appetite. Do not put it on the payroll without my permission. Not every gain requires an upgrade. Sometimes the holiest upgrade is margin, a breathable month, a cushion against surprise, a payment accelerated in quiet faithfulness. Treat your plan like a road, not a cage. Assign a portion for what you owe, a portion for what you will sow, a portion to store, a portion to live. Simple, honest, clear. Write it with me, review it with me, adjust it with me. This is how you refuse to be ruled by impulse. Discernment must guard the gates. Not every open door comes from me. Increase attracts voices, offers, partnerships. Can we just? It's only appeals. Some opportunities are crafted to extract your peace at a premium. Learn this signature. Where my spirit leads, there is a settled peace that stands even under pressure. Where the enemy lures, there is a restless urgency that bullies you past prayer. If peace departs, pause. If counsel cannot be welcomed, wait. If saying yes would require you to mortgage your secret place, decline. I am not short of doors. I am jealous for your soul. Now hear how this present season is my careful rehearsal for abundance. When you practice saying no to a small indulgence at midnight, You are training to say no to a large entanglement at noon. When you wait 24 hours before a purchase, you are training to wait weeks before signing what would bind you for years. When you plan this month with me, you are training to plan a year of increase without pride or panic. When you choose to pray before you click, you are learning to pray before you commit. Every small obedience is a stitch strengthening the fabric that will have to hold when weight is added. Do not despise these drills. Athletes train with resistance so that game day finds them ready. Soldiers practice maneuvers in quiet fields so that the battle does not teach them with blood. In the same way, I am letting you feel the pull of old patterns now, so that when abundance arrives, you are not a beginner with a harvest in your arms. I am examining whether you will still trust me when you no longer feel anything at all. When your accounts look full and the adrenaline settles, will you still rise to meet me in the secret place? Will you still let my whisper place the boundaries? Or will you assume that peace will keep itself without your attention? My child, peace is guarded by presence. Return to me daily when your hands are full, as you did when they were empty. Expect that increase will test relationships as well. Some will celebrate you, some will reach for what I did not assign them to carry, some will be sent to you by me, others will be sent to you by flattery. Do not rush to add chairs to your table because your pantry is fuller. Let me curate the guest list. I am purifying the circle around you so that blessing does not become a net that others use to drag you where I am not calling you. Love widely, trust wisely, keep your vows small and your heart large. When the day of increase comes, because it will, practice this pattern with me. Pause, worship, ask a sign. Pause to break the spell of rush. Worship to place the crown rightly. Ask, Father, what is this for? Assign each part with honor. Pay what we planned to pay. Store what we agreed to store. Sow where my peace points. Leave room for rest. Do not announce everything. Do not perform prosperity for people who love the performance, but not your soul. Quiet miracles deserve quiet stewardship. And hear my decree, sealing this instruction. In the throne room I have signed my name over your portion, and I am preparing you to hold it without harm. I am not merely getting debt off your back. I am getting Egypt out of your heart, the frantic hunger that forgets I am your home. Walk with me as I teach your hands. Blessing can lift, but it can also destroy. Under my hand it will lift you into holiness, not into pride. Stay close. Keep the secret place. Practice the small yes and the small no. When increase comes, and it will, you will recognize it, you will not worship it, and you will steward it with a peace that cannot be shaken. My beloved child, draw near and listen without distraction. In the throne room, I have signed my name over your portion. I have sealed a decree concerning your provision. I have ordered that what is assigned to your house will not be diverted to the hands of the devourer. This is not fragile ink. This is my authority set like a seal. I am not bargaining with your future. I have established it. Yet hear this wisdom. What has been decreed in heaven is walked out on earth through our fellowship. Provision is ordained, but peace is guarded in the secret place. If you try to carry my promise without my presence, the weight will feel cruel. But under my wings, even heavy things rest easy. You have asked me, if you have decreed it, why must I still fight, still plan, still wait? Because, my child, you are not a spectator to your own deliverance. You are my partner. I provide. You obey. I open the door. You walk through it. I whisper the step. You place your foot. Prayer and action are not enemies. They are one breath. Prayer shapes the heart that makes wise decisions. Action gives those prayers a body in the world. Faith that will not obey becomes fantasy, but faith that listens and moves becomes history with me, testimony you will tell with tears of joy. So receive this threefold rhythm as a lamp for your feet in this hour. Be still, listen closely, move wisely. Be still, break the spell of panic before you move. Do not let the rush make your choice. Let my peace make it. Stillness is not laziness. It is the courage to anchor your soul before the storm decides your course. Listen closely. My instructions are often soft because I am near. The enemy shouts, I whisper. Those who make room for my voice carry my clarity. I will highlight which bill to address first, which call to make, which subscription to cancel, which opportunity to ignore, which conversation to begin in humility. Move wisely after you still your heart and hear my whisper. Take the next faithful step. Do it gently, do it soon, do it without performing. Wisdom does not sprint to impress. Wisdom walks to arrive. To help you keep this rhythm, return with me to the secret place every day, not as an idea, but as a pattern. Let it be simple, steady, and sacred. Each morning before your phone recruits your attention, sit with me for a few minutes. Pray this short prayer in your own words. Father, here I am. I return to your shadow. I reject fear. I receive your peace. Show me today's step and give me courage to take it. Then open the scriptures and feed your spirit, even if it is one paragraph read slowly. Read of the secret place where those who dwell under my shadow are covered. Read where I promise to provide daily bread and to care for the birds and the lilies. Read wisdom that teaches prudence, counsel, and honest scales. You do not need to perform, you need to eat. A few lines chewed slowly can nourish a tired soul more than many pages skimmed without me. Next, write one practical financial action for the day. Only one. Ask me which one is today's obedience. It may be as humble as canceling a small auto-renew, as bold as calling to negotiate a payment, as faithful as setting aside a small portion into a reserve, as healing as cooking at home when your emotions beg you to buy relief, as dignifying as reconciling your numbers to see clearly, as strategic as outlining a plan to prioritize high-interest debts, as brave as telling a friend, I cannot say yes to that outing right now, but I love you. Do not mock the small action. I am in it. Today's obedience is the bridge to tomorrow's miracle. Before you rise to go, practice gratitude out loud. Name at least 3 mercies from the last 24 hours. Say, Father, I thank you for the small kindness I saw. I thank you for the idea that came. I thank you for the rest I managed. I thank you for the ride that saved fuel, the favor at the counter, the courage to say no. Gratitude is not decor, it is defense. It clears your eyes to notice how my decree is threading through your day, sometimes quietly, always faithfully. At midday, if your heart begins to rush again, apply the rhythm once more. Be still for 60 seconds. Breathe and remember. My silence never means my absence. Listen closely for one sentence from me, not a flood. Wait, or send that email, or decline graciously, or pay $10 toward that balance today. Move wisely, follow promptly without dramatics. In the evening, return to me again. Lay the day before me. Confess where panic took the wheel. Celebrate where peace led. Ask me to cleanse the sorrow of the day from your thoughts, so that sleep is holy, not haunted. Place tomorrow in my hands and refuse to borrow its weight tonight. Speak my truth over your pillow. I am hidden under my Father's wings. He is guarding my portion. He is teaching my hands. I am not failing. I am being formed. I must warn you as a father who knows the winds that move against you. Many abandon their post in the last minutes before dawn. The night feels longest at the edge of light, and the enemy uses that last stretch to hiss, "Nothing is changing. You are praying to the ceiling. This is pointless." My child, do not step away in the last 5 minutes before the blessing knocks. Hold the line. Keep praying, keep planning, Keep obeying in small steps. The quiet faithfulness that looks unimpressive to people is thunder in my courts. The decree I have signed is not weakened by your weariness. But if you leave your place, the blessing may come and not find you there. Stay at your post in peace. You will notice something as you keep this pattern. The warfare will not vanish, but it will change. Numbers that once terrorized you will become targets with a plan. Voices that manipulated will lose their grip as your boundaries strengthen. Temptations that promised fast relief will reveal themselves as expensive lies. And in the midst of the pressure, a stillness will grow, the kind that cannot be purchased, the kind that endures even when the inbox fills and the due dates crowd close. That stillness is not the absence of problems. It is the presence of me. I am not a distant accountant tallying your performance. I am a father walking with you into wisdom. When you falter, do not hide from me. Return at once. When a day lapses and you miss the routine, do not call yourself a failure. Call me and begin again. I am not forming a ritual to oppress you. I am forming a refuge to protect you. The secret place is where the decree is remembered, where your identity is reset, where your decisions are anointed with clarity. Without it, increase can become intoxication. With it, increase becomes assignment. Let me speak again the decree, so that it settles into your bones. In the courts of heaven, my name is signed over your portion. I have ordered provision, wisdom, and favor to meet you at the appointed intersections. I have restrained what would devour you and limited what would accuse you. What I have ordained for your household will not be stolen by shame, terror, or comparison. Yet, my beloved child, meet me daily, for I have chosen to guard your peace in our fellowship. I am not only delivering you from unpaid bills, I am delivering you from the master called fear. So tomorrow, when you wake, do not go hunting for miracles as if they hide from you. Come to our place, be still, listen closely, move wisely, pray simply, read slowly, act specifically, give thanks deliberately, repeat without drama. In this humble cadence, you will find that the decree signed above you begins to unfold beside you, through doors that fit you, wisdom that steadies you, favor that surprises you, and a peace that is not fragile. Walk with me, my beloved child. Keep your post. The dawn you prayed for is closer than it feels, and I am the one bringing it. My beloved child, come close and let us turn this moment into holy ground. If you are willing, place your hand over your heart, breathe slowly in and out, and surrender the rush that has been pounding through your chest. You are not being forced, you are being invited. Be still, I am here. Now pray with me. Father, I come. I come with the truth of my heart, not a performance. My thoughts have been crowded by numbers and deadlines. My sleep has been thin, and my hope has felt smaller than the stack of statements I'm trying not to look at. I confess the anxiety that runs through my body. I confess the panic that drives me to click before I pray, to spend before I ask, to hide before I admit the need. I confess the moments I trusted my own impulse more than your whisper. Forgive me, cleanse me, and lift off the heaviness I have been calling normal. I return to your shadow now. I renounce shame. I renounce the lie that I am my balance, my score, my late fee, or my worst decision. I lay down the mask I use to look stronger than I feel. I refuse the voice that tells me to disappear because I owe. Shame, you are not my name. Fear, you are not my master. I break agreement with you in Jesus' name. I break agreement with the story that says I am abandoned. I choose your truth, Father. I am seen, I am claimed, I am called, I am covered. Your silence never means your absence. Your love does not waver with my ledger. Father, I ask for wisdom. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, you give wisdom generously to those who ask without shaming them. I am asking now, Pour wisdom into my mind like light into a dark room. Show me the step for today. Show me where to begin. Order my priorities. Reveal the leaks that quietly drain my portion. Expose the habits that keep me cycling in fear. Grant me discernment to distinguish urgency from manipulation, faith from presumption, peace from numbness. Give me language for difficult calls and courage for meek obedience. Teach my hands to be steady and my mind to be clear. I ask for provision. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, you care for the birds and clothe the lilies, and you supply the needs of your children. You promised daily bread. Father, I present my daily needs to you without exaggeration and without minimizing. I ask for the resources assigned to this season, ideas that work, opportunities that fit, hours that are honored, fair wages for honest labor, unexpected credits, rightful refunds, overlooked balances corrected, honest favor with decision makers. I ask that you release what has been held up, that you restore what was unfairly taken, that you bless the work of my hands with fruit that remains. I ask for favor and open doors. Let your favor go before me into rooms I have not yet entered and calls I am about to make. Soften the ears of the creditors who will hear my voice. Grant me respectful, dignifying conversations. Provide extensions where appropriate, settlements that are wise, fee waivers that are just, payment plans that are sustainable. Open doors for work that aligns with my peace and honors my boundaries. Bring me to supervisors, clients, and partners who value integrity and will not demand that I mortgage my secret place to earn another dollar. Let the doors you open be clear. Let the doors you close be mercifully firm. I ask for protection from traps. Shield me from predatory offers that glitter but enslave. Payday loans, deceptive interest, zero-down snares that balloon in the shadows. Close the mouth of manipulation that says, act now or lose everything, when acting now would bind me for years. Guard me from scams dressed as favor, from sales scripts that praise my worth to steal my peace, from tiny clauses that become heavy chains. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, you lead your people beside still waters and along paths of righteousness. You do not bully, you guide. Where peace departs, make me pause. Where your spirit is grieved, make me wait. Where my heart is steady, make me move. Father, I bring my need to you with faith and specificity. I name these bills before you now. You see them as I speak them silently in my heart. The rent or mortgage due, the electric bill, the water, the gas, the phone, the internet, the card with the highest interest, the medical statement, the car note, the insurance, the lingering balance from a decision I regret. I place each one in your hands by name. I ask for strategy. Show me which to address first, which to call about, which to split, which to settle, which to accelerate, which to leave for next week without fear. I ask for timing, nudges that say, today, pauses that say, not yet, green lights that say, go now. I ask for help that is humble and specific, honest discounts, extended due dates, light overtime, side work that isn't a snare, a buyer who was already looking, a friend moved by your whisper to assist, not to own me. I present my income to you. Bless it, stretch it, and purify it. What is not from you, I release. What is from you, I cherish. Teach me to assign every dollar with you, what to pay, what to store, what to sow, what to live, so that peace, not panic, is my treasurer. Train my reflexes, to wait 24 hours before a purchase, to write a plan before I swipe, to ask you before I upgrade, to celebrate margin as a miracle, not a missed opportunity. I ask for inner healing as you steady my hands. Heal the places in me that spend to soothe pain, that hide because of old shame, that equate buying with belonging, that mistake noise for safety. I forgive those who mocked my lack or shamed my learning. I forgive myself for missteps and for not knowing what I did not know. I receive your mercy. You do not merely mend, you make new. Rewrite the meaning of these memories so they become testimonies, not triggers. Restore my dignity where fear tried to strip it. Restore my courage where delay tried to drain it. I ask for order in my home. Consecrate my space as a place of peace. Guard my sleep. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, your peace goes beyond my understanding and stands guard over my heart and mind in Christ. Set angels at the threshold of my thoughts to keep out the intruders named dread, blame, and despair. Let my pillow remember your promises. Give me dreams that heal and mornings that begin with a clear assignment. Let my meals be simple and sufficient. Let my conversations be thoughtful and free from comparison. Establish a humble routine that keeps me close. Be still, listen closely, move wisely. Father, I decree with you what your word points to. Paraphrase, you have not given me a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I receive power to act where I have been paralyzed. I receive love to treat myself and others with patience while I grow. I receive a sound mind for honest math, clean boundaries, and steady decisions. I do not chase the rush that leaves me poorer. I choose the slow obedience that makes me richer in peace. Now, Father, I lift up the people who will touch these accounts and decisions. Representatives, managers, customer service workers, bankers, landlords, lenders, clerks. Bless them with kindness as they hear me. Give them compassion and balanced authority. Restrain any impulse in them to overreach, and deliver me from any impulse to perform or to beg. Let your favor be like an unseen credential in each conversation, opening what needs opening and closing what would harm. I ask you to prune my attachments that drain my portion. Show me what subscription to cancel, what habit to retire, what outing to decline, what expectation to reset, what relationship boundary to define. Help me not to despise the small savings that become large freedom. Teach my heart that daily bread is still your miracle, that consistency is still your power at work, that quiet faithfulness is still thunder in your courts. I ask you to bless my future increase, and I ask you to teach me to survive it spiritually. Keep me humble when the account rises. Keep me generous without performance. Keep me disciplined without hardness. Keep me in the secret place when the adrenaline wears off and I feel nothing. Remind me that every blessing is also a test, and that under your hand it will lift me into holiness, not pride. And now, Father, I make declarations aligned with your heart. I declare that my identity is not debtor, but child. I declare that shame will not be my counselor, and panic will not be my planner. I declare that fear will not mock me into foolish agreements. I declare that wise counsel is a gift, and I receive it. I declare that I will not abandon my post in the last minutes before dawn. I declare that I will meet you in the secret place, and you will meet me with peace. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, you are my shepherd. You lead me, you restore my soul. You prepare a table for me even in places that once felt hostile. Prepare the table of provision and wisdom before me. Let my cup be the kind that overflows with contentment, not compulsion. Let goodness and mercy chase me into rooms where I used to walk in shame. Let your house be my dwelling all the days of my life, even as I learn stewardship in the details of today. Father, I entrust these named needs to you. I release control and receive partnership. I take the next step with you, not alone. I cover this prayer in the name of Jesus, who is my peace, my wisdom, my provision, my way. Amen. Now, my beloved child, receive my answer that is already moving toward you. You are my child, not a debtor to fear. I have counted your tears, and I have not misfiled any of your prayers. I am leading you step by step. Be still, listen closely, move wisely, and you will see what I have signed in heaven begin to unfold beside you on earth. Your heart will remember this day, not as the day you conquered every number, but as the day you surrendered fear and chose my peace. I am with you. I will teach your hands. I will keep your mind. Walk with me and we will settle this together. My beloved child, now watch for how I answer. I am not merely removing pressure, I am training your eyes. I will confirm my word to you with doors, with wisdom, with favor, and with quiet miracles that seem small to others, but will thunder in your spirit because you will know, my Father did this. Do not look only for the dramatic, look for the precise. I am not late, I am exact. I am not vague, I am deliberate. Under the shadow of my wings, timing is not guesswork, it is careful love. You have asked me for relief, and I am bringing release. But understand this, many of my answers will wear ordinary clothes, a new work opportunity that fits your boundaries and honors your health, a renegotiated term that lowers the weight without stretching the bondage, a wise mentor who explains a simple budget and helps you actually keep it, reduced expenses, an insurance premium adjusted, a subscription canceled, a plan downgraded that saves more than your pride costs. Creative solutions, selling what you do not need, bundling errands, learning a skill that earns quietly, cooking simple meals that multiply peace, timely provision, an unexpected refund, a small bonus, a neighbor's kindness, a shift added when your body can bear it. Do not despise the ordinary wrapping. Daily bread is still my miracle. And now hear this discernment, because the enemy loves to mimic. Not every door is mine. Not every quick fix is kindness. Some are cages. Beware the voice that bullies urgency. Act now or lose everything. I do not manipulate you with panic. Beware offers that glitter with words like instant, no payments, easy approval, while their fine print drips with chains. Beware debt to cover debt, consolidation that stretches years but multiplies interest, loans that promise rescue but ask for your future joy as collateral. Beware strangers who flatter to gain your trust, apps that gamify spending and call it freedom, side hustles that swallow your secret place under the excuse of hustle. My child, desperation makes poor agreements. Peace makes wise ones. Be still. Listen closely. Move wisely. How will you know my leading? Peace will not only visit you during the pitch, it will remain after the paper is signed. Integrity will not be bent to make the numbers work. The numbers will bow to truth. Clarity will rise in your mind, not a fog that demands you ignore your questions, but a settled sense that your steps are ordered. Confirmed counsel will echo what I have whispered in private. 2 or 3 steady voices, not flattery, not fear, will align with the direction. Doors will open without you having to lie, flatter, or bruise yourself, proving your worth. The conversation will require courage, yes, but not the loss of your dignity. The opportunity will protect your boundaries instead of mocking them. The schedule will not demand that you mortgage the secret place to pay for the new income. Test everything with these simple questions before you move. Does this require me to hide, exaggerate, or sign what I do not understand? Does this inflate my image but deflate my soul? Would I sign this if no one could see and I only answered to me and to God? Can this decision survive a night's sleep and a prayerful pause? If the answer depends on me ignoring the knot in my spirit, that knot is my rescue. If the answer walks with my peace, even through trembling, that peace is my green light. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, my peace stands guard over your heart and mind. Let it be your sentinel. I will also use no as protection. When a door closes that seemed perfect, do not immediately call it punishment. Under the shadow of my wings, closed doors are often kind doors. I see the turns you cannot see, the costs beyond the first month, the clause that would have devoured your margin. I will let certain emails go unanswered, certain callbacks fail to connect, certain interviews feel promising and then slip away. Not because I delight in delay, but because I will not trade your future freedom for present applause. Remember this line and bind it to your heart. I am not late, I am precise. My wait is often rescue dressed as silence. Favor is another confirmation you must learn to recognize. Favor is when a representative bends a policy within honest limits to help you. When a landlord listens with empathy and offers a plan you can keep. When a fee is waived without begging. When a supervisor offers you hours that match your strength, not your exhaustion. When a client pays early because I stirred their heart. When someone returns what they owe you unprompted. Favor does not humiliate you, it dignifies you. Favor does not demand that you sell your conscience to purchase relief. It allows you to keep your head lifted while mercy meets you. Wisdom will come like light in a dim room, not as a flood that blinds you, but as a lamp for the next step. An idea that is simple enough to start today. A system that is humble but sustainable. Envelopes, lists, a calendar that holds you gently accountable. A mentor whose life is quiet but fruitful, who asks you sober questions and stays to help you implement the answers. You will feel your mind clearing. Numbers that used to mock you will become lines you can draw. Do not rush past this miracle. A sound mind is part of your provision. Then there are the quiet miracles, and you must train your eyes to celebrate them. A bill arrives lower than expected. A utility credits your account for an overcharge you did not spot. Your car runs longer without repair than the dashboard predicted. Groceries stretch because you cooked with wisdom, and leftovers became lunches. A friend texts right when you were about to do something impulsive, and their message disarms the panic. A sale appears the week you truly need it, not the week you would have impulse bought. Your child sleeps through the night and you wake clear enough to make a wise call. These do not trend on screens, but in heaven they are logged as faithfulness met by fatherly care. Give thanks quickly when they happen. Gratitude is how you keep your eyes tuned to my handwriting. There are also red flags that should stop you in your tracks. If an opportunity asks you to despise small beginnings, it is mocking the very path I am blessing. If a voice tells you that prudence is fear and that only the reckless are truly faithful, it has borrowed the language of faith to sell pride. If someone requires secrecy from those who love you and wisdom from those who know more, it is not stewardship, it is seduction. If a job promises large money but demands indefinite compromise of rest, worship, or integrity, remember Solomon did not fall in famine, he fell in fullness. Success without me is more dangerous than failure. So continue in our rhythm. Each day bring me your options. Ask for the sign of peace. Seek counsel from those who are not impressed by noise. Give every decision 24 hours, unless genuine necessity insists. And even then, be still for a minute. Listen closely for one sentence. Move wisely in one step. Keep a small record of confirmations. The door, the counsel, the favor, the quiet provision. When fear tries to rewrite your history, open that record and read it back to your soul. I am shielding you under the shadow of my wings from choices that would multiply bondage. I am guiding you into choices that will quietly dismantle it. Do not measure my speed by your stopwatch. Measure my faithfulness by your growing peace. I am not late. I am precise. Stay at your post. Hold fast to the secret place. Watch. In the coming days, you will see doors that fit, wisdom that steadies, favor that dignifies, and quiet miracles that gather like manna. And you will say, "My Father led me and I am not ashamed." My beloved child, open your hands and receive my blessing. I lay my peace upon your mind like a soft mantle. I quiet the storm that has rehearsed worst-case endings. I command the churning thoughts to rest. I bless your nervous system to unclench, your breath to lengthen, your shoulders to lower from the ears they have been hiding near. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, I give sleep to those I love, not as a luxury, but as a sign of my care. Tonight, I set a guard at the doorway of your rest. Insomnia, you will no longer preach at this child. Night terrors, panic spikes, the 3 a.m. barrage that tells stories of doom, you are dismissed. My child, your bed is no longer a courtroom of accusation. It is a sanctuary. Receive this. Your pillow will remember my promises, and your dreams will serve your healing. I bless your body with signals of safety. Let the racing pulse slow to peace, the clenched jaw soften, the flutter of dread be stilled by the whisper of my spirit. Where cortisol has been your constant companion, let gentleness now visit you each evening. Where your stomach has knotted at the sound of unknown numbers calling, let calm rise and meet you with a measured, wise response. You are not required to carry tomorrow through tonight's narrow door. Rest is not avoidance. It is worship. When you choose to sleep under my gaze, you declare, my Father is awake and I am not God. Be still in this blessing and let the night become an altar of trust. Now I place my hand upon your home. I set my name upon your threshold. I draw a boundary around your dwelling that the enemy cannot cross. As the scriptures teach, paraphrase, I rebuke what devours. I forbid the cycle of sudden, senseless loss, the appliance that fails in the same week as the tire, the fee that multiplies without cause, the miscalculation that punishes beyond the mistake. I close the unseen leaks that have been sipping at your portion. I command order to your cupboards, dignity to your table, sufficiency to your pantry. Bread will visit your home, simple, steady, holy, and you will give thanks because you will know from whom it came. I speak peace over relationships within your walls. Financial strain shall not be allowed to turn the people you love into opponents you fear. I break the pattern of conflict that begins with a number and ends with a wound. I silence the voice that sneers, you always, you never, the blame that borrows old stories to justify new harm. I bless your conversations to be honest without cruelty, sober without despair, warm without denial. Let apologies be quick and plans be shared. Let laughter return, not as a performance to cancel pain, but as evidence that hope has room in this house. I bind shame at the door. Shame will not cause you to isolate in the very hour you need wise company. Shame will not convince you that your value has fallen with your balance. I send courage to your heart to speak up when help is safe and counsel is needed. You will not hide from those I have appointed to walk with you. I am purifying the circle around you. Those I keep near will be wells, not drains. Do not rush to stitch back together ties I am untying. I am guarding you from voices that would mock your small steps and call stewardship fear. You are not alone. You are covered. Hear now your commission, because blessing meets you not as anesthesia, but as assignment. Rise each day and keep our rhythm. Be still, listen closely, move wisely. One step per day is not failure, it is faithfulness. One call at a time. One plan on paper before one purchase. One honest email written with dignity. One envelope labeled, one meal prepared with simplicity that stretches peace into tomorrow. Do not despise these small obediences. Daily bread is still my miracle, and daily obedience is how you hold it without spilling. I appoint times to you. 10 minutes at dawn to sit with me before numbers speak. A small window each afternoon to address one task with courage. An evening review that names gratitude without pretending. These are not rules to chain you. They are doors that keep you in my light. Give your decisions 24 hours when possible. Let the night cool the heat of impulse. When necessity requires quick movement, pause for 1 minute, ask for my sentence, and then take the next right step. Keep a record of mercy, what opened, who helped, where peace remained. When fear arrives with false history, open the record and answer it with truth. I anoint your hands for honest labor and your mind for sound judgment. I bless your calendar to serve you rather than enslave you. I bless your budget to be a testimony, not a tyrant, a simple map that returns your soul to order. I bless your phone calls with favor that does not humiliate, with representatives who see your dignity, with agreements that heal rather than bind. I bless your work to be fruitful within healthy boundaries. I bless your no to be as holy as your yes. As a sign of agreement, take a small step even now. Right in the open as a prophetic act of courage. I receive God's peace and wisdom. Put those words where accusations used to sit. Let your confession open a door that hiding would keep shut. And if this word nourishes you, mark it not for an algorithm, but as covenant. Like and subscribe as your way of saying, I will remain in the stream of faith-building messages. I will keep my heart under the rain of truth. This is not about optics. It is about planting yourself where your roots can keep drinking. My beloved child, I have signed my name over your portion. What I ordain, I also teach you to carry. I am not sending you out frantic, but focused. You will go forward with peace, protection, and practical wisdom, one faithful step at a time. When fear shouts, return to the secret place. When options multiply, ask for the sign of peace. When lack tries to define you, speak your new name. Child, heir, beloved. Do not abandon your post in the last minutes before dawn. Many stop right there. You will not. Now receive my final blessing over your sleep, your cupboard, and your spirit. Peace in your sleep. Let night be a gentle river where you float beneath my gaze. Not a battlefield you must win. Bread in your cupboard. Let provision arrive on time, fit to your season, protected from waste, sufficient for today with a seed for tomorrow. Strength in your spirit. Let courage rise quietly, let patience deepen, let wisdom settle like ballast in your soul, so storms cannot toss you into panic. I am with you in the hallway between prayers and outcomes. My silence never means my absence. My timing is precision, not indifference. Lift your head, breathe, take the next small step. Heaven is not embarrassed to move in small ways that add up to great freedom. Watch, the doors that fit will open, the wisdom that steadies will come, the favor that dignifies will meet you, and quiet miracles will gather like manna until the path behind you shines with remembrance. Go now with my blessing, guard the secret place, practice the rhythm we have made, speak peace over your pillow each night, sanctify your meals with gratitude, set your heart like a flint to walk in truth. I am your father, and I am not finished with you. My beloved child, you will not drown here. I will teach you to walk through this water.